Welcome back to this tutorial about how to make a climbing animation. No, that is not animation, this is functionality, I keep calling it. I think I'm searching for a better name anyway. So let's first take a look at the scene I've made. I made a few differences off video. I added a little thing we can run up to, stand on, and then we can climb off. That's what I changed, basically. So, the last video I was rambling something about, okay, we have a problem here, and we do, because I just realized that we forgot to do anything about the animation state. So inside the animation blueprint, inside the locomotion, I have to, okay, inside the locomotion, we have a state going from idle run up to braced hang idle, but we don't have anything going back. So the state here is saying if we are hanging from a ledge, then we can enter this. So let's say, okay, for now, let's just say, okay, if we are not, let's make it different from, is hanging from ledge, and we can go back. This is just temporarily, okay? So we have something that looks okay, sort of. Okay, and also inside the base character blueprint, if you remember, we introduced this dropping from ledge, and I was just setting it to this new state. But also, since we're not done with this, let's for now just set it to not climbing. So it basically says that we are back in the walking state. Oops. So now when we enter here and go off the ledge, now we are back in normal. And it also works up here. If we slide all the way out, what? Like that. Okay. So let's continue with that. So we need an animation, and I already found one we can use on Mixamo. So if you log in and search for braced hang drop, and I notice that we have this one, which is a nice animation, and I think we want to use this one. It has all the bits that we want, but it also has some root animation that we don't want to use. It does have some kind of, but it's fake because it's on the ground. So we need to fix something about this animation. So let's see. Okay. First of all, we need to download it, and you probably know how to download it, and you want to make sure that you download this in FBX format, not the FBX for Unreal, but just the ordinary FBX format. Okay. So with that, we want to go to Maya, because that's the application I've been teaching myself. Couldn't really get my head around 3D Studio, and Blender was helpful for me to work with. So for some reason I ended up with Maya, and that was probably just pure coincidence. But anyway, so this is why I work. So if you prefer to use 3D Studio Max or something and know how to do these kind of things, then you should probably be able to follow. Anyway, I have downloaded this under my game stuff somewhere. Climbing idle to what did I call it? Oh, there he is. He's all the way up in there. Okay, so let's see. First of all, how long is this animation? This is about 50 frames, so let's start off by cutting it down to that. Okay, so we have him jumping down, let's see, he's landing at about frame 23, 24. Well, the bone that we use as a foot, I believe, is this one. This is probably the, what is this? This is the left toe base and this is the toe end. I don't think we use this toe end. We use it for the ball. Actually, I need to check this. Okay, what's the character mesh? Do we use the ball? I need to show advance. No, I don't. The ball. We have the foot and the ball. We have two bones. And if we check our import skeleton, our beloved action girl, we have left foot. And let's check the retarget manager. That's what we wanted. Under advanced, we use the right toe base. So we use the base bone. Which one was it? This is the toe base and the end. Okay, so we don't use the end, so we use these two. This one and this one. So these are the two ones we need to know when they hit the ground. So they hit the ground right about there. Okay, so this one is actually a little bit underground. That may explain why the character sometimes seems to float. Okay, anyway, so let's see, frame 24. That's why he lands. Okay, anyway, enough talking and thinking aloud. I need to first of all add our missing root. Click the joint tool, turn the radius up so we can see it, 0 and 0, and pointer, and come on, pick the pelvis and shift click and press P. So now we have it rooted again. So now he's jumping down and the root is staying on ground right now. So we actually want, let's see, this is kind of, this is gonna be quite interesting. Because the thing is, we want him to be, since I know that from the other tutorials that I made, I know that we want his pelvis to be at 96 units up. So, but once he hits when he hits the ground, then I still want to have some of the translation going on. Otherwise, he's going to slide around. So, okay, let's try this out. So I know for certain that around frame 24, something different may have to happen. Okay, so let's go into the graph editor. Oh, all these graphs. Let's see, the translate C is here. Okay, let's make this bigger. Okay, so this is where he needs to be. Well, almost 96. It was supposed to be 96, I think. Actually, I want to shift this up a little bit to begin with. Not like that. Not like that either. Oh, this one. 96. Oh, it is 96. It is 96. It's my eyes. Okay, we don't want to do that then. So let's see, we have frame 24. Let's see, 24 here. Okay, this is 24. So I wonder if this one, I'm actually not entirely sure what we need to do, but if we need to take this one or the rest. Okay, so this is gonna be one of those videos, guys. Okay, so let's see. I'm terribly sorry. I should have prepared this better. Okay, so I guess that this stuff here needs to go down so it keeps going on at 96. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So actually let's take this key also and then flatten this out. Come on. Oh, that's not 96 at all. 96 here. Okay. Up. Fuck. Okay. Nope. Stop moving already. Okay, so it makes a little. This is a tangent. I don't know how to do this actually. What does this one do? Oh, that's what it did. Okay, so I guess that's good. Okay, let's see how it looks now. So we have the character, and when he lands, well, the root. Oh, the X. This is gonna be the capsule, so it kind of needs to stay with him. So we need to take the X and the Y. So, yeah. Let's take the X and the Y and carry that over to the root. So I select the hips and I select X and Y and copy. And then I arrow up to the joint 1, which was supposed to be called root. Thing. And we just paste that. So that's going to move him back where he belongs. And then we need to go arrow up, down, sorry, and then select the x-axis, and we want to zero this one out. Like this. It's probably okay. And we want to flatten this, flatten this one, and then move it to 0, because now we have that translation already. Let's be a little bit precise with this. Okay. Whoop. And whoop. And let's check the X. Oh, it's off. And there. Okay, so let's see. What does it do now? So he's falling, he's falling, he's falling, he's falling. And there he hits the ground. His feet stays on the ground. And there we go. I think this is actually gonna work. Let's check the Z-axis again one more time before I export this. Because we need to make sure that he ends on, yes, 96, and it does. Okay, so he does something down here, but I guess we need that because he's bending in his knees. Oh, yeah, the rotation is going to take care of that. Okay, I hope this is going to work. Okay, so I found out this by this frame 24, just to repeat that, because this is where he hits the ground. So that from there on, I don't want to translate his hip any until 24. I want to keep his hip translation fixed, but after that I want it to be adjusted just as it was during the animation. That's the theory, and let's see if this works. Otherwise this is going to be a long video. So export all, and I'll dump this on my desktop for this tutorial. what was the name? Something with braced, hang, drop, and let's call it RM, or root motion. Okay, and let's bring out Unreal Engine again. Okay, so inside our import folder, we want to get the animation we just exported here, and choose our what is going on. Oh, our SK Action Girl with root, the one we have prepared. That's our placeholder import skeleton. Okay, so here we have that, and I think this looks pretty good, because she seems to be in the right. She should be just above the ground, and once she hits the ground, then her feet stays quite stationary. This looks good. I'm gonna keep using this. Okay. So let's see how to attack this. Well, the animation, or the locomotion rather, consists. I have a few extra states here, and whoop, I didn't want to do that. I have a running jump start. I have a standing jump start, and let's take a look at them first, because if I jump, he's going to put his arms out into the air, just like that. But if I'm running, he's going to do a different, like swinging his arms. Yeah, I know this is not the best I have done, but that's what I did. And it was kind of just to see if I could figure out how to make two different animations, or maybe even three. Actually, I have one if I equip my rifle also and jump. It's gonna tuck in like that, and I don't have one for this. He's just gonna do the same. Anyway, so the same setup we kind of need now when we want to drop down. So let's start off by moving this a little bit up, and then we want to have we want to drag an arrow up here saying state, and call this the braced. No, this is the braced idle actually. Okay, so this one we're missing the jump actually. We need to remove this to begin with, or maybe just keep this one because we already set this up. But let's just keep this one for now, and then we want to have one called braced hang start. What the fuck? Okay, and from that one we want to be able to go to the idle state. I'm just gonna angle them a little bit so it looks kind of like the other ones. Okay, and when we jump back, we let's see, am I missing something? Well, we have the jump start, the braced hang. Well, okay, the brace in the normal jump we have the jump controlled by a state change when we go into the air, but in the jump for ledge we use a montage. So I guess we don't have this one. Oh, okay. We don't have this one. Okay, so we just keep this one. Okay. Okay. So from this one, we can still go to this one. Okay. We have to recreate this maybe, and maybe change it a little bit. I don't know. Okay. And from that one, when we drop down, So now we're hanging and we want to drop down, then we want to make a drop start. Braced, hang, drop, start. Fuck, I did it again. Braced, hang, drop, start. Freaking long name. Okay, and from that one we want to have another state called braced, hang, drop, loop, groove. Fuck. Drop loop, and from that one we want to drag out finally to braced, hang, drop, end. That's what we want, yes. And from that one we will go back. So now we are not taking into account any way that we can maybe jump for something. We need to be stationary or running or walking, and then we can jump to some kind of hang state. Okay. So let's create this one again. So when can we go into the hang state is when we are equals to, what is it? So if this changes to is hanging, then we can obviously go to hang idle. What did I call this one? Okay, hang idle, this one. Hang idle. Okay. And then we need to fix this animation. So we need to go and find our animation we just imported, and we didn't retarget it yet. So braced, hang, drop animation, retarget to my atom skeleton, and put it into our climbing folder. Yeah. And then we want to make 3 copies. So Control W and Control W. No. Let's take the. Did I get? Okay. This one. Let's take this one first, and then say this is going to be the start drop. Okay. Let's see what we can make out of this. So somewhere around here, this is going to be the way he starts falling. And remember, when we already hit the ground at frame 24. So let's see, maybe we should choose. Okay, but his arms are moving quite a lot. Okay, I'm gonna just take this one. So 21. Okay, and then well, this is not gonna be really good, I think. 20, maybe. Let's try frame 2 frames. Whoops. Is it 2 frames? That's still 3. Let's see if it's looping. It's gonna do this. And what happens if we shoot in a looping interpolation? Oh, still looks weird. Okay, let's remove 1 more frame. Did I remove 1 more frame? So we don't just have 2 frames, and try this. So now it's just, what about the loop interpolation? Well, still looked weird. Okay, let's do something else. We will change the rate scale to 0.5 maybe? It's too high. 0.2. 0.15. Okay, this looks totally realistic. We're just gonna go with that. Otherwise I can keep going on. Okay, copy this one again, and then we want to make the loop now, rm_loop, and that's obviously going to be somewhere around this 21, so it's 22 and maybe 22, 23, 24, so didn't I just make the loop? Okay, this is not the loop, this is the start. Okay, sorry. Okay, I named it the wrong. Okay, so this is gonna be the start. I have a start already. Jesus. This is the loop. I mixed them up. Okay, how do you do that? Houston, we have a situation. 2. Okay, and this is gonna be start. And this is gonna be the loop now. That's the problem with making a video. Nobody's interrupting me and saying, you're doing it wrong. So, let's make the last one. That's gonna be the end. End. Let's see. Okay, so the end is gonna be fairly easy, I think. Because... oh. It's gonna be somewhere here. I already cut this. I think I copied the wrong one, but anyway, I just need to find something where he lands. So it will be here. Let's just say, okay, it looks like this is where he's landing, and then he's gonna make this transition to standing again. Okay? So easy peasy. We want to make, we want to enable root motion for these 3 animations. So enable and loop. Yes. No. Do I want root motion for this one? No, I don't think so. Not for the falling. I want from the start. Okay. And I want maybe also not from the end. Okay, from the start I'm pretty sure. Let me just check. I have a similar animation just to make sure. No, I don't have any root motion on anything. Okay, so never mind me. Let's get rid of that root motion here also. Okay. So save all. Root. Like that. So now we have 3 nice working animations. So since this has already gone on for quite a long time, let's cut it here. And in the next video, I will show how we can hook these animations up to actually work in the setup. Okay, thank you and bye.